you can probably see from my appearance, today is a slightly warm day. It's about 28 degrees in the shade. It's a bugger, which is a nice thing because in a couple of months' time it'll be snowing. I've got the engine back together. Are you interested? Because I know hundreds of you are. Is it any better? Well, first of all, let's explain what I did. The other day, I think it was yesterday, time flies, eh? I checked the camshaft, and according to the specs, it was okay. I rebuilt the head. That video is coming out shortly, and I also set the timing up by the book. That video will be coming up shortly as soon as I get this all uploaded. Forgive me if the videos are sort of mix and match, but hey, some videos take 6 hours to load. So I'm just doing this as a quickie. It's got new injectors, brand fire new injectors straight out of the box. It's got new hot spots in it, or swirl chambers, or whatever you want to call them. The head's been stripped. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with the head. We've checked the compressions. The compressions were good. I don't know if you can see there on the bonnet where I wrote on the bonnet what the compressions were. So, does it fire up? Let's move the camera and I'll show you. It's like waiting for a new Star Wars episode to come out, isn't it? Right, listen to this. It's the same. Not only that, the timing is spot on, and it's smoking. Back pressure. Now I must admit I haven't got all the breathing system on. As you can see, that number 3 is still not right. 4, well, that's not too bad. But number 3 is just not right at all. Now Rob put a flea in my ear the other day and said, well, wonder if a piston's cracked. Could be. Throwing it out of balance. Doesn't need much. But then again, when you open the pipe, even if a piston was cracked and it was throwing it, you know, making it vibrate, it should still fire right. Oh. Mystery, isn't it? I'd be tempted to pull the bugger out, pull it right to bits, start again and go through everything on this, because it doesn't make any sense. Like I say, we put a brand new set of injectors in and they're doing exactly the same as the old ones. I'm not going to swap them around, that's not going to make any difference. It's always that number 3, and as you saw there, I was comparing 1 and 4, and they're pretty similar. But number 3, you crack it off, it's not that different, is it? But it's definitely a misfire. Because, well, I don't know, I'm running out of ideas now. If this was a Ferrari engine or something like that, or a proper TDI, it will be worth finding out. It's only 2.5. It's like a bloody boat anchor, really. I mean, wouldn't pull your hat off even if it was going, but they're a pretty good reliable engine. I mean, when I first started it up, and I didn't do that on video because I made a complete balls up of bleeding it through. Now I've taken off the electric pump. I use that to force diesel through the system, but now it's all manual. Everything's manual, so it's had a new fuel filter too. Can't be that. Timing was absolutely spot on, as you can see when you turn the key. I know these old 2.5s, and if the timing's out, it'll crank and crank and crank and crank, and it won't go, and then it needs hot plugs. This'll start, you know, pretty good. When I first started it, 10 seconds of glow plugs and away it went. That's good. So the injection system has to be good. I'll just pull the bugger out. I'll just pull it all to bits. There's something. This engine's been backheeled by so many people who can't fix it. They put a brand new pump on it. You can see people have been playing around with this, and I've noticed too, if we go back to looking at the beast, see it's got a blue rocker cover on it. Even that's cracked right in the middle. It's pouring oil out. I don't know. I need a break from this engine. I need to get into something else. I don't know. I'll have to ask the owner what he wants to do with it. I want to know what he's going to do with his car, because I could be just wasting his money, and I don't like doing that. I'd like to be more productive. I'd rather get on with my Vortec and get that done. I don't know. I'm really sort of banging my head against a brick wall now. Everything seems to be right. The smoke is a little bit of a concern. I don't know. But there again, I was just thinking there out loud, I ain't changed the oil. You know, when I put diesel in it, I haven't changed the oil in it. So maybe it's smoking because all the pistons have got all oily and stuff like that. You never know, do you? I mean, and it's still got diluted oil in it. That's why we're just idling it here. We're not taking it for a run. I don't know. The jobs I get, eh? Anyway, listen. I'm still reading your comments, and we'll get to the bottom of this. But like I said, it depends on what the owner wants to do with it. All right, so that's just a quick update. See you in the next video. I hope it's going to be better than this.